Oh, there you are, YouTube. Doodle 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 do. Subscribe if you're interested. Okay, we are going to do a random ranking. You can see behind me, my shelf has changed up a little bit. What I've been doing, because I want to rearrange in this like movie room studio that I have here, and I've separated now to speed up these random rankings a little bit. My movie collection between movies that I have seen and movies that I have not seen or barely remember and they deserve a rewatch. So everything behind me is are the films that I've seen. And then over there, beyond the camera, I have the collection of movies that deserve a rewatch, something that I need to see again or have not seen at all. I do have quite a few blind buys in that grouping as well. I'd probably say most of them are films that I have not seen, so when I do watch them, they would be first-time watches. But I did toss some that deserve a rewatch as well. But let's get to that random ranking. Basically, what a random ranking is, if you're new here, is I go to my movie collection behind me, pick out 3 movies at random, and then rank them from most favorite to least favorite. I rank them here in the video, and if you'd like to rank them in the comment section below, you are free to do so, using whatever criteria you come up with. That's what I do. Okay, so let's go over here because, as you can see, this is not ideal for picking movies. Let's see if my system worked. Do I have movies that I've seen? Did I miss any? Did I screw up anywhere? What do we got here? That one feels unique. Oh, which one are we gonna do? Okay, let's go ahead. Okay. Ooh, okay. So one is a series. Do we want to have that in there? It's like a mini series, if I remember right. Right, that's a mini series. Maybe a couple episodes. Anyway, we'll go ahead and do it because I've only seen Tommyknockers on this. This is Tommyknockers, Stephen King, and I've only seen this once. I got this from, it looks like, Disc Replay, and then yeah, gave it one watch through, enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun watch, mostly based on like the time it was produced. It just, you know, had that nostalgic feel to it. That TV miniseries. Yep, there it says it right there. It's a miniseries. I was going to say it's not like a super long movie or anything, but yeah, I thought this was good. I liked it from what I can remember. Anyway, it probably could go into the deserves a rewatch pile. Next we have Fire in the Sky. Now, Fire in the Sky is the scariest one of the scariest movies I watched when I was a child. I would say this one and maybe Pet Sematary and Poltergeist 2 are the scariest films from my childhood that where I didn't like black anything out from this movie, but those other 2 movies I did. But this movie just created intense fear of being abducted. Like when I was laying in bed at night as a kid, those were my big fears. I wasn't afraid of ghosts or anything like that at night in the dark. It was aliens coming to abduct me. That's where my fears were. And it all came from this movie. The terrifying imagery of the, you know, like the medical table, the alien medical table or whatever, that part, that was terrifying. But yeah, I like this movie a lot. I think it's very well made, and yeah, it's, you know, based on a true story. Okay, so this is where I was trying to figure out what we should do here. I think I need to go with the last one I did, because this is the Mexico trilogy. I'm pretty sure that I've pulled this before, and I've pulled Desperado. So now we would move to Once Upon a Time in Mexico. I can't say for certain if I did Desperado or not most recently, but I'm pretty sure. So therefore, we're going to go with Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Let's see. I have I guess a personal story I could say. When did Once Upon a Time in Mexico come out? Because I used to work in a movie theater, and 2003. Okay, so this came out in 2003. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. And I worked at a movie theater the summer of 2004. So I'm guessing because while I was there, I was able to grab we call them 30 sheets. And basically they are giant posters made up of 30 sheets of posters, right? And I got one of those a piece of that enormous like mural size poster, and it was of Johnny Depp's head. So basically this image right here I had as a giant poster. I remember bringing that to college with me after that summer, and just had that on my wall, and it was like taking up the entire wall. It was pretty cool. But yeah, I remember liking that movie okay, but I don't think it was as action packed. It wasn't as Johnny Depp exciting. I wanted Johnny Depp to be more of like an expert or something in his shooting and things like that. He just wasn't as hardcore as that image made him out to be, and I was a little bit disappointed in that. I remember, and plus I just ended up liking Desperado a heck of a lot more. So I think that's kind of where I'm at. It was just like, it was a good movie, but I preferred Desperado so much more, to where Once Upon a Time in Mexico felt like a little bit of a letdown. So I should just be holding this up the entire time. So that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I just expected more from Johnny Depp's character based off of this cool imagery there, and it didn't really happen the way I thought it was going to, I guess. So how do we rank these? I think I know what I'm going to do, even though it terrified me as a young child. I'm going to go with Fire in the Sky as number 1, and then I'm going to go with Once Upon a Time in Mexico, just because I don't know, I like the general vibe of the movie and everything, but visuals, locations, sets, like all of that looks great. And then Tommyknockers is nice, but you know, made for TV miniseries, does it even count in a random ranking? Now, you know, I know I shouldn't be considering that, but I don't know. I think actually what it probably is, what's putting this above Tommyknockers, is that poster that I had hanging in my dorm room through college. And people just thought it was cool because it was like a huge poster, a size that they'd never seen before. Anyway, yeah, this is my ranking. Fire in the Sky, Once Upon a Time in Mexico, and then the Tommyknockers. So my question to you is, have you seen these movies and miniseries? And if so, what do you think of them? And if you've seen all three, how would you rank them? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps I'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.